This is the story of a monk. A monk is a person who decides to dedicate their life to serving other people and serving God. No person becomes a monk unnecessarily. There was a big reason behind that person becoming a monk. Before becoming a monk, that person's mind did many wrong things to that person, and many sins were done. That person's mind had become its master, and he was a slave of his mind. Even after getting all the happiness, comfort and opulence of life, that person had immense pain in his mind, and this mental pain makes him a monk. After becoming a monk, that person turns away from the worldly world and goes to live in the forest. Meditates. He does different types of meditations and practices. He eats by begging. Practices solitude and silence. But still, that person's mind is not calm. He remains restless and upset inside. But then one day that monk finds a person who is neither a sage nor an intelligent person. He was just a simple herdsman who was feeding his sheep in that forest. He asks the monk, "Can I help you with something? You seem very upset. I have been watching you for the past several days. You are very restless. I can help you if you want." After listening to the herdsman, the monk says, "How can you help me? You are a worldly person who indulges in his illusion." Hearing this, the herdsman says to that monk, "I can help you. I know how to control the mind." The monk laughs out loud hearing this from the herdsman's mouth and says, "What? What did you say? You can control the mind? I gave up everything and came to live in the forest. Still, I am a slave of my mind and you are saying that you can control it." The herdsman says, "To control the mind, it is not necessary to give up everything, nor is it necessary to live in a forest. There is only one thing that is most important to leave." That monk asks, "What is that one thing?" The herdsman says, "That one thing is wrong information. All the information that has gone into us to date has created our minds." The monk asks the herdsman, "But how?" The herdsman explains to the monk, "Suppose you have eaten only mango fruit in your life till date. You do not even know anything about the taste of mango, so, can your mind still want to eat mango? No, that is why a mind's creation comes from knowledge." The monk gets impressed by the words of that herdsman and says to him, "Can you explain to me in more detail about this?" The herdsman says to that monk, "If you want to control your mind, now pay attention to my words. You can control your mind only when you see the roots of your mind. Mind is made of information, and our body has 5 gateways of information. First, the eye, whatever we see with our eyes, good or bad, all that goes on getting stored in the memory of our mind. Second, the ears, whatever our ears hear, it is also sown in our mind as a seed. Third, the tongue, whatever we taste once, gets imprinted in the memory of our mind. The fourth is the nose. Whatever we smell once, it gets registered in our minds. And the fifth thing is skin. Whatever we touch once, the memory of it gets imprinted somewhere in our mind. Whatever information enters us through these 5 physical doors, that information gets deposited in the form of seeds, and gradually, slowly a tree is formed. Our mind is like the soil in which the seeds are sown, and our intellect has been that of the farmer who sows the seeds. If our intellect sows the seeds of wrong knowledge considering them as the seeds of correct knowledge, then when that seed becomes a tree in future, it will give bad fruits. Your mind is not under your control because you have already sown many wrong seeds in your mind. And now those seeds have grown into big trees. So what should I do now? because I have sown too many wrong seeds and can't take back what's been sown, the monk asks the herdsman. That herdsman says to that monk, till now you were sowing wrong seeds unknowingly, but now let's start sowing right seeds intentionally. If thousands of seeds are wrong inside, then what happened? Pay attention to what information is going on inside you from these 5 visits and whether the information that is going on is correct or not. The monk asks, how long will this have to be done? The herdsman said, just as you feed your stomach with good food every day throughout your life, similarly you have to feed your mind with good food, that is the right information and right thoughts every day. Every day, every moment in life you will get only 2 options, out of which one option will be right for you and the other wrong. But you have to choose the right option every time. Always remember, while making the right choice, you may feel pain, but that pain will last only for a short period of time. That's why no matter how much pain you feel inside, you have to make the right choice every time. Once you will sow a right seed inside you, and the day the number of right seeds inside you will exceed the number of wrong seeds, that day your mind will be in your control, but for that day you will have to continue your efforts from now onwards. That monk understands the point of that herdsman, but could you understand? Please comment in the comment box.